Today is an exciting day. We're picking up babies. It's been a long day on the road, but we're on our way home. We're about an hour out, and we got these guys with us. If you're wondering what's in the kennel, give us your best guess. Drop a line in the comments below. The big reveal is only seconds away. What was your guess? Turkeys? Ducks? Geese? Well, you would have been wrong. We have beautiful baby goats. 2 little sisters. In our last video, we learned that baby girl goats are called dolings. Now these 2 girls are being added to our herd and will join our Nigerian dwarf breeding program in the spring of 2021. You probably noticed that they're a little nervous. Well, that's because this is their first day away from their mama. It will take them a few days to adjust to all the new sounds, smells, animals, and to us. We want them to feel right at home, so the plan is to spend time with them each day in their pen, where we will feed them, talk to them, and give them lots of hugs and kisses. In an earlier video, we briefly touched on different breeds of goats, but today we're going to talk about the Nigerian dwarf goat, one of my favorite breeds. Goats are very popular right now, particularly the Nigerian dwarf goat, because of its small size and its great personality. A lot of people are moving away from dogs and cats and going towards the Nigerian dwarf as a pet. The Nigerian dwarf goat will get about 22.5 inches tall. Now that can vary some, obviously, but right around 2 feet tall. And at full maturity, they should weigh about 75 pounds. These goats are very easy to satisfy in terms of diet. They love grass hay, and this should be offered to them free choice all day long. Now, there are grains out there that you could offer as a supplement, but a word of caution with grain, particularly with bucks. Too much grain can cause urinary calculi, stones, and stones can be very deadly in the goat world, so you really want to limit the amount of grain that you give to these guys. And some owners just don't give any grain at all, just to be safe. For generations, there has been an old wives' tale that basically says goats will eat anything that they come across. That has never been my experience with goats. My herd is very particular about the things that they eat. They will turn away many vegetables and fruits. And so basically, they will look at different foliage, and if they see something they like, they'll give it a try. If they don't like it, they'll move on. If they do like it, they'll eat it to the ground. But they are very particular. Now, when giving them hay or grain or whatever you choose to feed your goats, it's also important to note that it should be up off the ground. With humans, we have a 5-second rule. So if something hits the ground, We have 5 seconds to pick it up, dust it off, and eat it. Goats do not follow that rule. Once something hits the ground, they walk away. They're not interested at all. Within the Nigerian dwarf goat breed, there are several options for you to choose from. A multitude of colors: browns, blacks, whites, reds, grays. You can choose from short hair, long hair, brown eyes, blue eyes, horns, or no horns. It's really up to you. This next part is very important, so listen up. It is so important to find a reputable breeder when you're looking for a specific animal and a specific breed. Chances are you are not going to find a reputable breeder on Craigslist. They just won't post there. So go to social media. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of groups designated for particular animals and specific breeds. This is where you're going to get a world of knowledge. Make friendships. Ask questions. Find someone that cares about these animals and someone that is happy to answer your questions. Then the next step is, once you find a breeder, ask them if you can come to their farm so that you can physically see how they operate. A reputable breeder will always allow you to do that. We were very fortunate to find good, reputable breeders early on in the process. Baldwin Farms in Gilmer, West Virginia. Benny and Jean McCune. Now, I will point out, this is a 5-hour trip from my house in Lancaster, Kentucky. But the more I got to know these breeders as people and saw how they took care of their goats, it was worth every mile to me. And we have purchased several goats from them. Amazing breeders. They have a Facebook page, Baldwin Farms, and I will leave a link down in the description. Check them out. As a responsible goat owner, it wouldn't be fair of me to only give you the highlights of goats without warning you of a few things. So here goes. Number 1, goats are herd animals. They want to be in a herd. If you go out and purchase a single goat, this goat is probably not going to thrive. It needs a companion, several if possible. So I always recommend buying in pairs, unless you're bringing this goat home to an already established herd, or maybe a super friendly dog that is good-natured and very balanced. Oftentimes that will work as well. Number 2, certain breeds of goats can be very, very noisy. So if you live in a town, in a subdivision, if you have neighbors close by, just be aware that these goats are going to cry for you when you are not in their presence. Now, some breeds are worse than others, but particularly babies, the kids, they are going to scream and cry for their mama or for you. So no matter how cute and fuzzy and adorable these little kids are, the neighbors are only going to take so much screaming before they start complaining. So just be aware of that. And finally, the third thing, goats normally are healthy and they thrive in the right conditions. But when they fall ill, they go down very quickly. So do your research. Know the things that you need to have on your farm or in your home to take care of common things such as worms and bloat. Have this stuff. When a goat goes down, it's very quick, and you only have a short time to act before things go from bad to worse. So be prepared. These guys will remain in quarantine for 2 weeks, but they have nice sleeping quarters. They have a yard that they can play in. And during this 2 weeks, that will give us the opportunity to bond well with them and gain their trust. At the end of that 2 weeks, we will start the process of introducing them to the herd. A little bit of time each day. But before you know it, they will be full-on family members. So maybe you're considering getting Nigerian dwarf goats. Or maybe you just want to know more about this species. There's a ton of information out there. I'll pick a few of my favorite links and put them down in the description. So the time has come to reveal their names.
And her name is Luna.
And this is Gertie. If you're enjoying the content of our channel, be sure to push the subscribe button.
And like.
See you next time.
Bye.